simultaneously with YouTube. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Facebook, friends and family. Good afternoon, YouTube, friends and family. And we are, we have a beautiful day here in Toronto and nice, bright, and sunny. Perfect day to go maybe paint outside or have some time with friends who's been cooped up in their houses for so long. So for today, we're going to have an exciting painting. It's going to be a lighthouse. Yoo-hoo! All right. So let me welcome our viewers and here in Toronto and other parts of the world. And we would like to give credit to the artist that inspired me to do this particular painting. Her name is, her screen name is Serenity Art. So she's got incredible, or they have incredible artwork in their YouTube channel. Our class is sponsored by the Lakeside Church Toronto. And you can see us have our online services every Sunday at 10:30 in the morning. And also we have prayer meetings that happens every Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock. All right. So John will now give us our devotional and a little prayer. Come on over.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're well and blessed and all. Gee, my hair looks very weird. Oh, there's YouTube up there. Okay. Isn't my wife gracious and sweet and wonderful? I certainly think she is. Okay. So I've been given the little story here, and the devotional is very long, and I'm not going to do the full length of it because I don't want to bore you all. I know that you want to get to the art, but there's a story. There's a story that I think you'll all enjoy, and it's kind of humorous as well. But so one of the scripture references is speaking about Jesus in first Gospel of John. In him was life, and that life was the light of men or women, right? The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. Now, the story goes this way. There was a naval captain, and he was struggling in very rough seas, and he looks out front, and he sees, my goodness, there's a light out there. And so he immediately tells his crewman, the signaler, send them the signal. You must change course. And so back comes the signal that says to him, no, you must change course. And the ship's captain was irritated that obviously a smaller vessel, okay, this was a battleship captain. So he radios across and he says, I'm a battleship. You must move immediately. And back comes the message. And it goes like this. I am the lighthouse. You must move. And so what I like about this story is it kind of reveals our own self-importance and stubbornness and so on. This is when the light of Jesus comes to us, it doesn't come out of a sense of anger or anything but love for us. So, but a lot of times we receive it and we're irritated or we're proud, but certainly we'd be foolish to challenge a lighthouse. And so when Jesus wants to correct us and direct us, let's not be stubborn and run into the rocks of life. So anyway, let's just quickly go to prayer and ask the Lord to help us to receive his light and to receive his inspiration, of course, as artists. Praise you, our God. We love you, Lord. We worship you, Jesus. Thank you, oh our God. Give us peace and rest in our hearts today. and lead and guide us in good and right paths. Open our minds to receive your instruction and your correction and your direction. And Lord, thank you for correcting us when we need it. And we bless you and praise you. Inspire us today to do great works of art done with joy. Amen. Thank you all. Bye.
That that was very, very nice. I love that. It touched my heart. And and I do hope that we heed things happening right now. And for a few hours, let's escape that and go into our world of painting. Okay? So without further ado, this is our lighthouse. Well, I hope to recreate. As you all know, it's so difficult to recreate your own. All right, so we'll be using several brushes today. So I got the white brush for painting, large color. Then I have sort of a stiff round brush, okay, for the waves. That's and our regular brush for the rocks and everything else. And I have this chiseled brush, a square. I found that it's perfect for the lighthouse. So it's making straight lines, and it's chiseled. It makes things easier. I don't know if you can see it. And then a liner brush, of course, right there, teeny tiny liner brush. All right, so let's give them all a bath here. I'm gonna dunk them all in my water and squeeze that out that way. And we will be needing our ruler, pencil, of course, and we'll create a line just to show our horizon just slightly above the middle of your canvas, okay? I didn't bother measure. It's just an estimate, just slightly above the middle of your canvas. All right, so that's it. We'll be using the ruler again for the lighthouse. All right, so our colors of the day, we will only use very little blue. My brush. We have many viewers. We have 4 on Facebook, 7 on YouTube. Welcome everybody. We have Shirley Ann, Noreen, Christine, Savannah. How are you all? I can't quite see the names on Facebook, but hello. All right, so here we go with the blue. We'll just touch that. Okay, so I separated my colors. This is black, blue, and black right up the top there, and white and brown. Brown is basically red, yellow, and blue mixed together. Okay, we only need just a touch of it, very, very little. So I separated the white, another white here, yellow and red, so they don't touch any of the black later on. Okay, so blue, touch of black, blue. Then I'm just gonna make a blue here. Right, so there's 2 shades of it, okay? So we'll put the dark blue at the top. Be about an inch or so. And we'll make that lighter. A bit more. That. Whoop. So Nicole is manning WhatsApp and I believe Facebook. If you have any question, just send a question to her and you can she can post it back to me. And also I'll be able to answer you on YouTube directly. I'm not going to be able to type. My hands are tight. Go, just a simple sky. All right, I'm rinsing my brush. We're gonna do white before yellow. If you do yellow immediately after blue, you will have a bright green sky. All right. And just wiping that. Go with white. Just a layer of white, about half. All right. Using my brush again. Now I'm gonna go to yellow. I'm gonna make it light yellow for now. I'm gonna do it just below the white. Okay, so not going into blue, just below white. Okay. Right. Now we have a touch of yellow. So we have sort of grayish blue, and then white, and then light yellow. Now we're gonna go to green. I'm not washing green, not green, red. Not washing my brush. So it's gonna be red and yellow would give us sort of an orange. My red-orange color will go slightly below our horizontal line, the horizon, because we want that red to transfer down to the water, okay? So as you can see, some of the yellow is mixing with the red. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Side to side. John is dragging my chair. Okay. I can still see my pencil line there. Now, as we go down lower, we're going to continue with the red, but now we're mixing it with white. Okay, so we're going to go lighter and lighter as we go down. So don't make a separation. Make like blend it to the red. Here's a question. Question? Okay. Everybody doing good? Okay. And maybe here at the bottom we'll, since our brush is light red, we'll give it a touch. Just a touch, okay? Just a touch. Very, very little blue. Just a touch. Very, very light blue. Just a reflection of the sky into our water, okay? Blue is starting to dry. What? Okay, I'm gonna go back to that with the yellow and the red. Color there. Should be it. How about that? This is still in theme with the African paintings that Christine has done. Beautiful Christine. I love your work. And all the artists that, it's amazing how you've come so far. We all thought that we're not going to be painting and no way we can do that. But my brush, by now this is slightly drier. We're going to go with our black, okay? We'll use this brush. That, all right? It's slightly rounded, so we'll make our rocks a little bit easier to do. All right, so we'll go with our black. I'll just use this dark mixture here that I have. I'll see. Don't want to waste that. Okay. Dark mixture, and even put in some of that brown later. One side. All right. So it's very dark. So remember our line? We're going to go there, okay? So, at a straight line. Some rocks are higher, some rocks are low. Oh, there. Again, maybe just pass half your canvas. All right. Here you go. And this bottom here doesn't have to be a straight line, okay? Give your painting a little bit of character. Drama. There you are. All right. Got your rock formation? All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue that here. All right, bottom here. Want it to come out like that. And maybe I'm just dabbing away. The reason I'm dabbing is because it gives a different texture. Rather than stroking it, which will give me lines, I'm dabbing it so that when it dries up, yes, it has different textures. So you might want to try that. Gives it a different or beautiful effect. All right. Okay. So I'm rinsing my brush right now. Hello, Des. You're on. Okay. So remember, don't never leave your brush in the bucket of water, okay? Rinse it, dab it, and put it on the side. So we'll later on. That's fine. We're gonna grab our little square brush and grab your rulers. It's probably best done with the canvas flat on the surface, okay? Okay. So what we're gonna do, really, is create our tower. I'll have my tower right about here, just off center, okay? Just off center. Don't make the lighthouse right in the middle of your painting. I'm just gonna create, let me wet that. Grab a little bit of paint. Maybe my tower would be about, you know, so I'll just create a little T. Okay. And then we'll create the skirt. So first, I just created a T. Whoops, that was wet. I created a T and two lines that makes it sort of an A line, okay? Then you could hear John in the background. That's him fixing
Apologies.
or putting together his sprayer. He's gonna want to kill weeds later on. It's a battle, you know, never ending. Okay, so we'll fill that in. Then let's just use all black paint. I'm terrible with lines. I don't know about you. Lines and me don't mix together. I always have to have a ruler. All right. We've done our body of our lighthouse. Fill that in. One more time. As it dries, you can see that it's paint gets absorbed into the canvas. So it becomes thinner. Now you've got to go back and put some more paint. All right. I'm rinsing my brush. Now we're using our liner brush. Liner brush are best. Putting in details. Yeah, you can see. Anyway, it's very, very tiny. Very thin, but not the longer kind, okay? Long kind, I find that it's difficult for me to handle the long one. This is about half an inch long only. All right, so we wet it. We'll get more black. All black this time. And the way to use a liner so that it will give you a point is for you to get it wet and then roll it into the paint. I don't know if you could see my fingers there. I'm rolling the brush. The Facebook, I'm rolling the brush to the paint. I'm going to give our lighthouse a little bit more detail now. Okay, so we'll do a line I find that it helps if I anchor myself, meaning I have my pinky, or some people hold their hand like that, or pinky, or both. So your hand's not shaking as much. My hand still shakes. About quarter of an inch. I'll show you in a minute. Then we go down, sort of triangular. Okay. So what I have done, it's too far in my. I don't zoom in. Um, so I created a small line, then put in a little bit of sort of semi-triangle there. Okay. Then paint on this brush, and I'm rolling so that, and as I am going away, I got a nice point. Go up, cross, sort of oval. Okay. I'll show you how that looks like in a minute. Right. So this time, so on top of that line, I made sort of an arched line, and in the middle is blocked, right? And that went, that block section went above, slightly above, yeah, the arched line. Okay, right. You have these lines here, so that our lighthouse guy doesn't fall off when he does his inspection. All right. Okay. Getting paint all over my hand today. Okay. So now we'll go for the upper part of the lighthouse, where the light will be. That is right unless okay. So I've created two windows right there, right above that block. The two window has a little bit of an opening, and then a triangle on the top of that. That's the roof. All right, and we're gonna give the roof a little point too. About an inch line, or an inch and a half maybe. Trying to make it straight. And we will give it a little bit of antenna. All right, there you go. That's what it looks like. For Facebook, there you are. And for YouTube, there you are. Okay. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave that for now. We'll give it light later on when it's completely dry. It's a lighthouse after all. That means it needs light. Okay. So I've rinsed my brush. Make sure that it's completely clean. There you are. All right. So we're going to go back to our flat brush. And we'll create our moon. Now, I am terrible at circles and lines, solids. So I'm going to create, I grab one of my little tube of paint. And I'm going to mix a yellow, a little bit of yellow and white. Okay. And I'm painting the top of that lid. Okay. Just the edge, just to give me a circle. Okay. All right, here we go. And we'll put our moon right about there. Sort of work. Anyway, I got a little guide there, and then I fill that in. I need my moon to be a little bit stronger. There you go. I can see it. Smaller brush. With a guide, I still can't make a perfect circle. Come on. Your help, Christine. Right. I'll leave it at that. So now I'll thin this color that's in my brush, the color of the moon. I'll put some water. Make that a little bit lighter. The same color, but lighter and thinner. Very, very thin. And we'll put this in our horizon, okay? Just slightly touch your horizon. And then just under the moon, make more lines. Not connected lines, just little lines. Like 1/2 inch lines. Sort of semi-triangular, long triangle, okay? Color. To a point. All right? So that'll be the shadow of our moon. Actually, it's not a moon, it's a sun. Sun is setting. All right. So how about we give our little sun some clouds. Back to my little bit lighter brush. We'll just thin that. And creating a low clouds today. So for this, I'll touch that blue that by white. Actually, no, I take that back. Don't touch the blue. Touch the gray. Just a little bit. Mix it in with your yellow and white color. More yellow. Very, very light. Very thin. We have some very light clouds today. Just a tiny bit. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm only using the edge of my flat brush. There are other brushes that you could use for clouds, but you can also just use the edge of your flat brush. Goes into a small thin line. Then just circle, circle, circle. Just round, 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 round things. Maybe I'll have some over here. Just round things like that. Distant clouds. Okay. I'm not gonna make a lot of clouds today. To give our moon, sun, I keep on saying moon, sun, some character. Take a dry brush just to mix that up. This is dry brush, okay? Actually, it doesn't matter what kind of brush you use, as long as it's dry. That'll do. Go over that again. Now it's lighter than earlier. The secret to the clouds is really layering, okay? Just layering of colors. So the dark color goes on first, and then it light goes like you use lighter and lighter paint. Give a little bit of a circle, dab, dab, dab. There, not everywhere. Comes a point. So where I'm putting this cloud now, that's lighter, just slightly above the darker shade of cloud that I did earlier. That looks like a highlight. So we're doing this to give this section here time to dry. It only takes a few minutes really, but you cannot work on it when it's wet. We'll mix with the wave that we will be doing later on, with the wave crashing onto the rocks and all that. Okay? I'll make this go maybe towards our lighthouse. Just little bits here and there. Okay? Just very light parts, not many. Go back to my dry brush, and just gonna wiggle that in. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just a little bit of cloud formation. Just a tiny bit. That's also one great way to hide my imperfect circle. Okay, so we'll wash our brush. That away. All right. This little friend here, the pointy one. I don't think I included this in the earlier segment. This brush is slightly pointed. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna put that in a little bit. But I need my flat brush for now. I'm using the flat brush. And we're gonna create some waterworks right underneath our rocks here. Okay. So we have the white mixed with slightly yellow, slightly gray color. Go up. Just touch your canvas very lightly. Go. The motion is like this. Okay. Waves. Little curly cues going across your rock here. Not so much, not a whole lot, just a little bit, like half an inch into your rocks. And give it some gaps, of course. When waves are crashing into the water, it doesn't really cover the entire rock. Just little bits. Very tiny. Doesn't have to be one way of crashing this way, that way. That's just the initial thing. We're gonna put in our tower's shadow. I'm not gonna use the brush that I was using for the waves because it's plain and white. Go back to my black. And a little bit of white. So we'll make a gray color. So you notice I have my dark colors on one side of my palette and the light colors on one side. That just sort of keeps me in track and keeps my palette tidier. Never really tidy. Okay, so with this, we can also use the liner for this. Okay, so we have the gray color, and I've made my brush into a point. So right underneath our tower, make lines. Lines that goes back and forth. It's not a Z, but it's back and forth lines. Almost as wide as your tower, of course. And remember, it becomes narrower at the top. Da-da-da. There you go. Right. So now we have our tower and our shadow of waves going on, our initial waves. Since by now our tower would be dry, check. We will highlight our tower. Oops. We're waiting for the rest of our canvas to dry before we work on it again. Okay. So the sun is here, so the highlights will be coming that way. Okay. So we will highlight this shade of the roof. Okay, so the gray that I'm doing is very light gray. Don't make it white or look odd. Okay. So we'll just touch our hole there. Our log here. And the side of our tower. I'm stroking it sideways. So it also gives our tower, stroking it sideways, makes the tower a little bit old looking. Take that across. Notice my brush is almost dry, so that the effect is like this. It's like it's cracking. So because my brush is almost dry, it gives you gaps. But the building doesn't look picture. It's old. All right. No worries. We're gonna give our it's not blackout at our lighthouse. We're gonna turn on the light before we finish. All right. Okay. That's the highlight of our lighthouse. Checking to see that they're all dry. They're all dry right now. A little baby is here. So we'll do waves. We'll do our waves now. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. Very, very light. Start at far end. Going. I'm just touching my canvas very lightly. Back and forth. Wait. Curl. Oh, I forgot to highlight our rocks. Hold on. Back to the same brush. So the same brush that colors and brush that we use for our lighthouse, we'll use it for our rocks. Okay. I hope you still remember the mountain that we created. This is how we sort of apply it as well. So remembering where our light source is, that's where our highlight is going to be. Well, sort of wiggle it that way. Rock is. If there's too much water on your brush, just wipe it off, not a problem. Top of your rocks, you highlight that. Okay, we're not highlighting the entire rock, just the top and sort of where it slopes down. This is how you give your rocks some definition. I can hear my grandson. Let me bring that closer. Now you got some character on your rocks. There's for you Facebook, and this is for you YouTube. Okay, so what I have done, I just sort of painted at the top and then sort of wiggle it down and just pull it up on the side like that from the top, wiggle it down and sort of give it pull like that. Okay, so that gives your rock some formation character. Okay, so it's not flat. Doesn't that look like a nice rock formation? All right. Okay. Is there a question anywhere? Okay. So if there's a question, please just post it. I'll try keep on reading, keep an eye on the questions, and Nicole is doing that as well. Okay. Great. And I'll be doing that same thing over on this side. Actually, just a little bit. This would be covered by. Actually, forget it. I'm not gonna do that. I did that on the first one, and I ended up covering it with waves anyway. Let me go back to the one that I was using earlier. I'm gonna switch to a wider brush. Clean that up. Alright. Go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let the brush do the strokes, and then once you finish the waves, I'll give it shadowing, pull it into the water. I'm going to create horizontal water lines, going back and forth, back and forth. Just lightly caressing your canvas. Go back and forth. Nice long waves, little waves. Right. All right. This is where things go crazy. Alrighty. So now we're here. Now I'm gonna dab some white here. Splash going on. Just on top of where you had your waves earlier. There's a little bit of splash here and there. Dab, 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 dab. Okay. Now we go on this guy here. So we're continuing with our yellow. Red, white. I'm mixing another batch. And I used up my batch earlier, more white. So we're going to continue doing our light. Lighter, lighter. We're going to go over our rocks here. And see how I had a sort of a jut in that way. Then we're going to skip that. And we're going to go into this other one too. Right? And alrighty. Alright. Don't make it too yellow, okay? Just light, very light. Now I've done my yellow. I'm going to go lighter now. Go the same way. I'm going to make those sound too. Okay. There's my waves. I'll take that all the way to the other. Little lines here. Okay. So now I'm just gonna put this away. I'm not gonna rinse it up yet because I still need it. That brush I told you earlier, the stiff brush. Okay, I'm gonna pounce it so that it breaks apart more, so that my bristles are really, well, I'm not trying to break it, but I just want to separate. And just on white, put it in a different section of your palette. Make a thin mixture of that. That's too much. Too thin. Okay. I'm pouncing so that my brush would be all separated. Okay. So where do we go with this? So right above those waves that we created, we're going to cover that with splash. Okay? Ready? Follow your lines, of course. All right. And maybe I'll put some here. I'll put at the end there. Just for fun. Looks better. Looks like real splashing over there. Ooh. Okay. So that was just slightly yellow. It picked up the yellow. So we'll leave it at that for now. We're going to work on our little yellows here. So we'll keep our brush unwashed. I'm going to go back. Remember I told you I didn't wash my thing? My flat brush. I keep on working on some waves here. Yellow. Just slightly caressing your canvas. You're going this way because the wave is going that way. Just barely touching your canvas. There you go. As when you're closer, your wave could be curlier, but as you go further, your lines would be straighter. Okay, so don't make curvy lines in the distance. That's dry now. I'm going back to that other brush. This time, I'm going back to my paint that's not thinned. Okay, so remember I made a mixture that's thin with a lot of water and a little bit of white. This time, I'm just touching my paint barely. I'm going to go back to that splash. And touch, touch. Fresh. How they make it in old books. Fresh. There you go. I got white and yellow mixing. Touch. Touch. There's a lot of foam there. Make your waves, and then the foam. Make the foam and the waves. Bottom. Maybe I'll have some splash of water going this way. Ooh. There. I can't see the rock anymore. All right. We're gonna give it a little bit more highlight here and there. That's dry. And we are almost finished. Okay. So I think that I've had enough splashing here. We need to fish in the ocean. I'm just using up my brush here. So, okay. Everybody doing okay? All right. I'm gonna rinse my brush that I almost ruined. All right. Looks like we're gonna be done in about 10 minutes, so we're early. That's good. That way you can enjoy the sun. Hopefully it's sunny where you are. I'm gonna get a nice drink and hang out in my backyard. All right. So we're gonna go back to our liner brush. Wet it with clean water. Remember the water, the weight with water that we thinned considerably. That is what we're going to use. So that's why I said earlier, I cleaned my liner brush oil because I was using it for black. This time I'm going to be using it for the rays of our lighthouse. So first, let's turn on the light. So the mixture of white and yellow, add. Put it in the middle. Right there. Maybe a little bit more yellow. Just a dab. Now I'll rinse that off. So I only want all white. Okay. You're going to need your ruler again. Where put mine? So they're very thin. We'll put it in such a way that so the light would be going this way and that way, okay? So I'll have it so it goes like that. Center of that would be on my lighthouse, of course. Try not to touch it. And drag it and lift. On the other side, drag it and lift. Drag and lift. Okay? Hardly see it. Drag and lift. Now go to another area. Drag and lift. Color. Drag and lift. Closer to me. Drag, oops, drag and lift. You can give this several tries. I did. As long as your mixture is thin meaning watered down. Drag and lift. And better wipe my ruler. Starting to make a line. Okay. Whenever you move your ruler, make sure that you're coming from the light, okay? When you do your paint, I mean you're coming from the light. All right. With a thin paint, you'd find that you end up going back and forth to your palette, more paint. That's okay. Want your race to look nice. Every so often, you wipe your ruler. Go again. Always start from the middle. Go. And if you think that you don't have enough light there anymore, just go back to it and retouch your yellow and white. All right? All right. So with that, I believe we are finished. So just make your race go as long as you want. It's okay. For Facebook, go, and YouTube. All right. I hope you like your painting today. And don't forget to take a picture holding it like that, like so. Okay? And send it to us at TLC Art. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time for another great painting by Nicole. Okay? So there's been Joan. God bless.